Hello again, folks, and welcome to episode 3 of Backtracking. So, I listen to a lot of pop punk. It's a genre that's been around for a very long time and has gone through many shifts in the years, from the early 90s boom of bands like Green Day and Blink-182 to the mid-2000s success of bands like New Found Glory and Good Charlotte. But there was a period between 2009 and 2011 where I personally started to notice that the blueprint of pop punk was starting to change a little bit, despite this style of pop punk having been around for much longer than when I started listening to it. In that time period, I kind of lost my passion for the genre. Don't get me wrong, there were still some good pop punk bands at the time, but there were bands that I already knew and loved, and there wasn't many new ones that were really doing their own thing with pop punk. But there are a few that stood out from that particular crowd, and this band is definitely one of them. That's right, it's Set Your Goals, in case you couldn't all tell from the title. So, with the intro out the way, let's get this on like Donkey Kong. Yeah, let's do this. So we start with the band's 2006 debut full-length album, Mutiny. Sorry, I forgot about the exclamation mark. Mutiny! There we go. Anyway, the album is an unbelievably brilliant start for the band. Okay, so the first 4 tracks are essentially 2 tracks split up with some instrumental ones, but that doesn't make the intro any less thrilling. It's the kind of fast-paced easycore that you'd usually expect from a veteran of the genre, but no, these guys chose to go whole hog from the very get-go, with so many amazing songs going for it, such as the title track, An Old Book Misread, To Be Continued, and the closing track Echoes. There's a lot of songs to enjoy. The guitar work and drumming is great, and the vocalists Jordan Brown and Matt Wilson complement each other really well. It's a really good debut for the band. But as great as their first album was, it doesn't have a patch on their 2009 follow-up, This Will Be the Death of Us. It's a superb sequel to an already fantastic first outing. Despite the number of guest stars in the album, 6 including the one bonus track, it surprisingly went well with them. They didn't overstay their welcome, and they actually helped to complement the album sound even further, not to mention to complement the vocals of Wilson and Brown. Whether it's with Vinnie Caruana of I Am the Avalanche on the album's title track, Paramore's Hayley Williams on the song The Few That Remain, or New Found Glory's Chad Gilbert on the amazing closer Our Ethos, Our Legacy to Pass On, all of the guest singers are used to absolutely great effect on the album. The guitar work has overall improved and everyone's instruments sound clearer and crisper than they ever have. With so many other great songs such as Look Closer, Equals, and my favourite track on the album, which is probably The Fallen, and it might just be my favourite Set Your Goals song all in all. I highly recommend This Will Be the Death of Us. It's a brilliant album. But as good as those first albums were, we close out the episode with kind of a downer in their 2011 effort, Burning at Both Ends. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad album in any case, but it just felt like that after Death of Us, they didn't really have many other places to go with their sound. It's the last album that the band released before their hiatus in 2013, and the first album I actually listened to all the way through when I got into them. There are some really good songs in it as well, such as The Last American Virgin, London Heathrow, and, Unconditional, among others, but the album feels like such a retread of older material without sounding anything like their old stuff. They just didn't have anywhere to go, which isn't the band's fault. Burning at Both Ends is not a bad album, it's just a bit disappointing. Hopefully with their reformation in 2015 and news of a new album possibly out next year, let's pray that they step things up a bit. I mean, the 2 non-album songs they released in 2012 were really, really good, so who knows, maybe they'll pick themselves back up again. But only time will tell. And that'll just about do it for my 3rd episode of Backtracking. It's a little bit shorter than most of my other episodes since the band just about makes my 3-album limit for the episodes, but I don't care. My favourite album is clearly This Will Be the Death of Us, and my least favourite is Burning Both Ends, but as is the entire point of these lists, that is just my opinion. What about you guys? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments if you so desire, and if you have any bands for me to review, then please do share, but please remember the 3-album rule. They have to have at least 3 out before I do a review on them. For the next episode, though, I left something of a ghost hanging over me, as I review British metalcore/mathcore band Architects. And it will be a 2-part since I have 8 albums out. So, yeah, I'll see you all then. Take care.